Over 1035, when I think of Boney M, I think of holiday time. Holiday time because, well, that's usually when it comes up. Barrett Edelstein is joining me for Celeb Savant today to talk Boney M. How's it going?
I'm great, and you?
I'm so happy. I'm blessed that you're here. I always love your stories. Let's get right into the meat of it before we unpack it. Who did you talk to, and what on earth was going on?
So I spoke to Marcia Barrett from Boney M. She was one of the three female singers of the group for the whole duration of them being around. And before we dive into the positive story, it was a full circle moment for me, because when we spoke, I explained this to her and she was just laughing her head off. So basically, when I was a very little person, they were performing at Sun City in South Africa, and I got to go on stage to sing Rivers of Babylon with them at the encore, because all the kids got to go on stage, and she was the one who kissed me on the cheek as I went on stage. So it was a super full circle moment for me speaking with her.
Did you tell her that?
Of course, yes. She just killed herself laughing, and she loved the story.
I love that story too. So here you are now talking to her. She's been through a huge amount of adversity in her life. Amazing what you sort of perceive somebody to go through: successful, money, fame, etc., etc. But behind the scenes is a completely different story. Tell us about that.
So she has had cancer 4 times. Gratefully, she's in remission and fighting strong. When she had cancer, the third time, she had cancer in her spine. And the doctors said that she'd never walk again and that she'd be paralyzed. Her husband was taking her out of the hospital and he wanted to reach for a wheelchair. And she said, no, he must leave the wheelchair there. And she practiced walking at home, walking and walking. And she's now active, walking, and not paralyzed as the doctors and medicine said she would be.
Wow. That takes a lot of mental and physical strength and determination, right?
Absolutely, yes.
So
totally.
let's have a listen. This is the clip of her telling that story.
And I was paralyzed from the waist down, couldn't walk. The doctors told me that they didn't think I would be able to walk again when they took the tumor from off my spinal cord. And I then said to the doctor, Dr. Schneiderman, I looked him in the eyes and I said, I will walk again.
What a truly amazingly inspiring story. Maybe the positive coming out of that is that we can actually do pretty much anything we put our mind to, right?
Absolutely. Have you had some form of medical or things
I mean, I guess so. And I guess when a doctor says one thing to you, you take it at face value. Doctors are always right. And that's the way it is, except there's always 2 sides to a coin. And I think the power of positive thinking sometimes can overrule what somebody predetermines you to have or to be like, etc., etc. You can pretty much do anything if you put your mind to it, right?
Well, yeah, and the body knows how to heal. That's what people forget. So for me, I got hepatitis B, and there's no medication or any thing you can do for that. I remember I got it in 2004. I got it in April. Well, that's when the trigger point happened, because it could be in 6 months in incubation. There's no medications, nothing you can do. And the following January, the doctor said to me that I would have to, if my liver levels hadn't improved by June, I'd have to go onto chemo or I'd have to get a liver transplant. And I started doing a self sort of healing thing called journey work, and going within myself, seeing what was locked in the cells and confronting them and feeling the emotions. By the time I went to the doctor in June, I was fine.
Did you do that through meditation?
So it's a form of type of meditation, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you documented that journey where people can follow you? No pun intended with the journey work.
Actually, no. It's just a part of what I tell people.
Wow. That's amazing. Listen, a great story and great to catch up with Boney M. We'll play a track from them in a second. Thank you very much for joining me today and sharing that. If people want to get hold of you, watch what you do, etc., first of all, we have put a blog up at nova.com.na. There's an article there with a full-length podcast where you can go and listen to Boney M and find out more about the whole story with Barrett. And also, if you want to catch up on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, etc., tell us where we can find you.
So you can find me at Celebsavant. So that's CELEBSAVANT.
More next week. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.